Hi everybody, welcome to Three Boys, Two Girls. My name is Ashley and I am a homeschooling mom of 5 kids. And today I have what we are using for our kindergarten curriculum. So today I have our kindergarten curriculum for you. We have a 3rd grader, a 5th grader, as well as our kindergarten. And so we do some subjects together as a family. And those subjects that we do together are art, history, and science. And so for art, we are doing artistic pursuits. And this is early elementary K through 3, book 1. This is an introduction to the visual arts. And so this just takes one step, having the students look at one thing and focus on one thing, like artists imagine. So there's a little lesson that you read through with the students, and then you get to look at a historical painting, there's always questions like, what birthday gift does the woman hold in her hand? And it's the flowers, and talks about how the painting is painted or drawn or anything like that. And then they always get to try something. And so each lesson probably takes about a half an hour or so, depending on in depth the kids get with their own try it portion of it, but usually only about a half an hour, but we really like it so far. For history, we are doing Story of the World, and I chose to have our teacher's manual and our student pages broken up and bound separately. Can't see you. We got a little helper that came in. This is Becker. Becker is in preschool this year. So how this Story of the World works is there is a text that you read like a novel, like a story. And so it kind of goes through and tells about like this family and kind of their struggles, and so it's kind of nice to get to go know like characters of a story throughout history. And then after each chapter there is an activity thing that you do, coloring page and map work along with it, as well as there's questions to go over and kind of narratives so that have the students retell what they went through, and it helps just to kind of solidify it in their minds. So we are also really loving Story of the World so far. For science, we are doing Science in the Beginning, and this is by Dr. J. Weil. And from what I understand, he worked with Apologia or somehow was involved with Apologia, and then went off and did his own thing. And so the quality is very good of these science experiments and the lessons. And how this is focused is this goes chronologically, science to do with the creation. So right now we're in the first, lessons, and it's the creation of light. And so a lot of things to do with light and rays and reflecting off and rainbows and that kind of stuff. So the kids really like this. There is a science experiment every time that we do science. There's an experiment, which the kids love. It's not just talking about science stuff, it's actually seeing it with their own eyes and having a part in it. And so the kids really do like it. There's different ways you can do it. You can either do like 3 lessons a week or 2 lessons a week, and then there's just some ones that you leave out. So I'll explain in here very well. All of the experiment pieces are like things you have around the house, like a flashlight and a piece of paper or a glass of water, or it's pretty easy to find all of the materials that you need and to have them ready to go. So we are really liking this as well. So that is it for our group subjects. Now she does 2 subjects on her own, and the first one is math, and we're using Matthew C, and I believe it's called Primer. I always thought it was Primer. When I was watching the videos, and he actually says Primer. So I don't know, I guess it's Primer. But how this works is you do 1 lesson per week. So on the first day of the lesson, on A, you would watch the video. and then that would be the lesson, what you're practicing this for the week. So you would work on A, and then the next day you would do worksheet B, and then the next day worksheet C, and then those are the lesson practices, A, B, and C. And if you have mastered that lesson, whatever it is, then you can move on to the next lesson. Or if you need a little bit more practice, there's also worksheets D, E, and F, and then lesson G is application. So it's kind of fun stuff. There's dot to dots in the primer that my daughter loves. So she's been doing all of the dot to dots and stuff, and it's kind of her reward for getting her math done. We have been really flying through this. We just finished our 6th week of school, and she is on lesson 19. She will start lesson 19. Nope, she will start lesson 20 on Monday. So, like I said, week 6, and she's on lesson 20. So we will definitely finish this book probably before Christmas, and I will probably have to get Alpha for her before too long. So it's working really well. I do like this. I love the video. I think he's funny. He works well with kids. And so I'm liking this a lot so far, as well as for my 3rd grader and 5th grader. The last subject I have for you is her English. And for language arts, we are doing the foundations program. We're doing logic of English across the board. My 3rd grader is also doing the essentials program with it. And I really like this. We have chosen to do cursive first. It just makes sense for us, to me, to instead of teaching them how to write manuscript and then, in 3rd grade being like, okay, stop, we're going to start all over learning your letters again. Just this time with cursive. And it didn't ever make sense to me why we did that. So we're starting with cursive first. It's really easy for her to do. Every letter starts at the bottom line and swings up somewhere. So, it's really easy for her to figure out where to put her pencil to start the letters. And it breaks down the strokes and stuff like that. So I really like that. We're learning cursive first. This is level A, and there is level A, B, C, and D. And so level A and B, you're supposed to do like the first year. So each one is about a semester long. So level A, 1st semester, and then we'll do level B, 2nd semester. But she is moving through this pretty quick. Like I said, we just finished lesson 6, or week 6, and we're on lesson 18. So, and there's 40 lessons, I think. So we'll definitely finish this before Christmas. So yeah, that is it for my kindergartner. I do have some Bob books that we are going to go through just as she's learning how to read and introducing kind of, solidifying those skills as she's learning to read, but she's already learning blends and that kind of stuff. So she is really excited to read. She will be my reader, finally. I'll have a reader, but yeah, that's all for kindergarten. Thanks for watching.